Hello world of YouTube, this is Devin Leach with Biggie Anime Review. I wanted to give you a private lesson on how to play Magic the Gathering. I'm going to show you some of the basics and all of that. Alright, so first thing I'm going to show you is the basic cards that are used in Magic. I'm going to show you all the different types of cards. First thing I'm going to show you is land. In Magic, there are 5 different colors in Magic. There's white, blue, black, red, and green. That's because every different color card has different types of color land that need to be played. It's also known as mana. As you can see by this random card I've selected, this card needs, it's really blurry, I'm sorry, 2 red, 2 blue, and 2 of any color. In Magic, you'll usually see a lot of these, like 2 of any color or any number of any different color. Doesn't really matter what color you use for them. Alright, so land is the basic necessity needed in Magic the Gathering. You can't do anything in any game without having land. Next kind of card I'm going to show you is creature card. Creature card, as you can see right here, it says, well, you can't really read it. It says legendary creature, and then whatever type of creature it is. That usually helps for certain different types of cards, knowing what kind of creature it is. Creatures always stay in play unless they either die or a different card says otherwise. Like maybe something says destroy a creature, destroy all creatures, such as this card that says destroy all creatures. That means this would go away. The different types of cards, there's permanents and non-permanents as well. Permanents are these types of cards: creatures, artifacts, enchantments, and planeswalkers. Now, planeswalkers we're not going to really get into today because they're a little complicated to explain what they are. Then there's non-permanents. Non-permanents would be cards such as sorceries and instances. Non-permanent means exactly what it means. It's not permanent. They only happen once or twice, depending on what the card says. Permanents, like land and all the others I just previously showed, stay in play as long as they are allowed or a different card says otherwise. This right here is my deck. Your basic deck would have about 60 cards in it. There's other different types of games that do more, but your basic will have exactly 60 cards. Although that is not the max requirement, it is the minimum requirement. You're actually allowed to have as many cards in a deck as you want. It's just not really suggested to have more than 60. Now, I'm going to give you a brief explanation about what each kind of card means. The whole point of Magic the Gathering is whatever it says down here is what, like, special abilities it has, or something like that. This is called an instant card, as it says right here, instant. Instant means you can play it either on your turn or on your opponent's turn. At any time, you can play as long as you have the required amount of lands to play it. These are called sorceries. Sorceries can only be played during your turn. And that is it. Enchantments. Enchantments can also only be played on your turn unless stated otherwise. Creatures. Creatures can only be cast on your turn unless they have a special ability called Flash, which would be like stated right here in the box area. With creatures, what determine if you've ever played Yu-Gi-Oh before, this would make sense to you. Basically, these numbers would basically be the attack and defense. But in Magic, we call it power and toughness. Basically, what power and toughness means, this is how much power it dishes out. This is how much it's hitting for. And then the one on the right, toughness, means this is how much it takes to kill it. And that's all about creatures. Creatures can only be cast on your turn, but they do have ability. If they do have an ability or something like that, the abilities can usually be played whenever you want, even on your opponent's turn. Artifacts. Artifacts, unless stated otherwise, can only be cast on your turn. Abilities, however, just like with creatures and enchantment or anything like that, can be cast, can be used as long as they're on the field already at any point in time. Planeswalkers. I just said I wasn't going to get too big into them on their explanation, but I will tell you when they're allowed to be cast and used. Planeswalkers can only be cast on your turn. Their abilities can only be used on your turn unless stated otherwise. Again, it's all about how you read it. I guarantee probably after you become a great Magic player, you'll probably want to be a lawyer afterwards. You'll probably feel like you'll be a lawyer afterwards after how much you can just manipulate how things are read. That's all Magic is. Manipulating how things are read. Alright. I'm going to give you like a little practice run